We are trying to run this like one of the tech companies that are product minded, right? So thinking about prime brokerage services as an engineering product first and foremost.
I think probably another thing a lot of people wonder about, and I think if you're an engineer, it's a very important thing to probe at a company, which is what is the role of engineering in the company, and what is the lived experience of being an engineer at a company? Because there are some companies that are engineering led, where engineers are the source of the ideas, the source of the strategy. They drive things forward, and they're truly first class citizens. And then there are other company environments where engineering works more as a service function, largely fulfilling requests and basically being jostled around across a changing set of priorities that all the MBAs are fighting about at the sort of business layer of the company. And, being an engineer at company A or company B can be quite different. And, just in your experience at Clear Street so far, like how would you characterize the way engineering sits in the business? And then how would you also, every individual has a different lived experience, but like in a by and large way, like what is maybe your lived experience in being an engineer at Clear Street and the people that you spend the most time with? How does all that function?
Yeah, we are trying to run this like one of the tech companies that are product minded, right? So thinking about prime brokerage services as an engineering product first and foremost. And so that really drives a lot of the decisions. And that means that engineers have a lot of say into what goes into the business that we're trying to build. Having said that, yeah, there are also areas where it's driven by risk management or other areas of the business. But I would say engineering in Clear Street sits quite at the apex of trying to make decisions and think about what products that we're trying to send out to clients. So just on that, for example, like I've been working to try and integrate into vendor products for one of the risk platforms that we want to build. And my input into that is as important as, say, risk management's input. And we've had to say no to a lot of vendors because they just don't meet the technical requirements that we have, even if they have met all of the business and financial requirements, right? And so that's the kind of thing. I think it's really, engineers are valued and their opinions are valued in terms of the business decisions that are being made at Clear Street.
Yeah. Now, just in terms of risk engineering, you and the team that works on risk engineering, who are the people that you interact with the most in the course of like doing your job?
Sure. So I would say two broad categories. One would be the product team and product engineers, because the metrics that we calculate ultimately goes into a product that our clients consume. So that's probably one of the main interactions I've had since starting. And the second one is the risk management team. Obviously, they are driving how the calculations should work. Like a lot of the test cases that we want to build up, or I spend a lot of time with them trying to build that up. And so probably speaking to them on a daily basis as well.